So one of the reasons that we're failing to understand the perceptions that children have is that we're being too rational. We're being too linear. And a lot of the ways kids are reacting to things is not from a linear or rational perspective at all. If you consider, especially, that the frontal cortex, the part of the brain that is, the seat of reasoning, that is the last thing to develop. It's just funny, really. I mean, you're parenting and that's the last part to develop, right? That's why, you can't say patience is important. You can't say that enough,
Right, because when you get that, you're like, boy, I feel really guilty of all the times I yelled at him because he can't get it.
Right. It's confusing, especially when your kid's intelligent and interactive, because you think they should understand it like your friend should.
Right.
They're not. Their brain isn't fully developed. It's very confusing. That's just an excuse. Well, you could use it as an excuse, so let's not. But let's also respect it as a potential player in this situation, and how can we meet them and connect with them, right? So, and not only is that the last part to develop, the part for most adolescents and teenagers, of course, that's developing heavily in its own fits and starts way, and then, of course, hormones really affect this tremendously, is the amygdala, or the emotional processing center of the brain. So before hormones, your kid might seem more rational. Then they're going through, hormonal development, puberty, and they're less rational. It's like, oh, my kid, now they're going down a bad road. Maybe, but maybe that meltdown when you tell them, hey, it's time for dinner, and they freak out because you knocked on their door. Yeah, maybe something needs to be done in terms of connecting with them more about that, of course. But so they're not going to be rational all the time. They're going to be irrational, which let's not give that a bad rap, because irrational isn't bad per se. It's just not rational, meaning it's not necessarily logical. It's emotional, right? We're coming from an irrational place, an emotional place. So we need to learn how to connect to that place within them.